Today's video is sponsored by Black Gold Compost Company. I want to thank the good people over at Black Gold for the generous donation of all this beautiful black cow manure that we use in our video today, and it's made a tremendous success in our garden. I've been using black cow for many years, ever since 1980, and it's always made a tremendous difference in my garden, and I've been very pleased with our product. I highly recommend it. Thank you, Black Gold, for sponsoring our channel. Well, good morning, friends. Today we're going to grow some grape tomatoes together. We'll be right back. Well, welcome back. Today we're going to start growing some hybrid grape tomatoes, very small, perfect in salads, and I like them just snacks. But these are a good hybrid grape tomato called 5-Star Grape. I got these seeds at johnnyseed.com, so if you want to get some of these for yourself for your spring garden this year, this might be a candidate for your own spring garden. I'm going to start these seeds. I got them all planted in the seed trays here. I'm going to get them going, and in the days ahead we're going to put these in 3-gallon containers. We're going to grow them right over there on the container garden, and these will be a great little snack. They're determinant, so if remember, they're only going to give you the fruit one time, so if you want a whole lot of these, then you need to plant a whole lot of these. But anyway, these are not these aren't very hard to grow, and they should be able to be planted about 4 to 6 weeks, before your last frost, and then plant them after the last frost. They only take about 60 days after that, so it's not a bad wait. Something to look forward to. So let's get these started. We'll be back and we'll grow these together in the days ahead. See you soon. Well, Nancy's 5-Star Grape tomatoes have emerged. They've been in the seed starting tray for 10 days. So they're looking pretty good. I haven't got any true leaves yet, but they're still living off the codling leaves. But we'll give these another couple of weeks, and we'll be back and check them again. See you then. Well, good morning, friends. Our little 5-Star Grape tomatoes have been out here on the hardening table for about 4 or 5 days now, and they're ready to get into some containers. So let's get this show on the road, because I like grape tomatoes in my salad. So let's get started. Well, we're ready to get started on the containers for our little grape tomatoes. I got the seed pack. It came with 15 seeds. 14 of them germinated and are ready to plant, so I can't complain about that. But anyway, this is how I do this container grown determinant grape tomato. I start out, I got my 14 3-gallon containers, and I got these from zenhydro.com. If you want to buy some of these, they got a good selection of nursery pots on there that are really good pots. I've used these things now. This is the 4th year I've been using these, so I'm not going to complain about them. What I do is I take my container soil. I make my own homemade container soil. It's really not too complicated. We have a link to a video that Nancy can put on this video for you. Go check out that video on how to make your own container soil at home. And that's how I do it, because I have large quantities of containers. If you're just doing 2 or 3 containers, then just go buy yourself some pot and mix at your local nursery. But in my case, I do dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of containers, so I just mix up and make large quantities when I do it. But anyway, here we go. I got the containers here. I fill them up with my container soil about 2 to 3 inches from the rim. And the reason for that is I'm going to soak these pots down with my water, and let that container soil sink down a little bit, and it'll pre-moisten that soil all the way down through to the bottom. And when I do that, I add 2 ingredients for tomatoes at this point. The first one is bone meal. It's a good organic phosphorus and this is going to help me with lots of blooms and great root growth. I'm going to add that right in the pot. The other thing is I'm going to add some blood meal. I want to promote good, healthy foliage, and I'll add that right into the plant pot as well. So let me get these. I put in about a handful like that, and for me, I know how that feels in my hand, which I know that's about 2.5, at the most 3 tablespoons. So I know how it feels over the years. I've grabbed a handful and I know what it is. I measured it one time in a tablespoon just to see how much am I really getting, and that's what it is. So I know it looks like I'm putting a lot in, but I'm not. Okay, so let's get these, get the 2 ingredients in here and pre-soak our pots, and then we'll go to the next step. All right, friends, I got all my pots flooded, and we'll let this soak down for about 15 minutes so it'll pre-moisten that container soil all the way down to the bottom. So we'll be back in about 15 minutes. Okay, our pots have soaked down, and as you can see, they're thoroughly pre-moistened all the way down to the bottom, because I can see it dripping out a little bit on the bottom, so I know it's all the way through. All right, now the next thing I want to do to get these in the ground or in the container is I want to add some more dry container mix right onto this pot right here and fill it back up to about 1 inch below the top. Let me get that in here. Okay, I got some soil in it, got it up to the top. So come on up and take a real close look at how I do the rest of this procedure. Okay, I've got it full. Next thing I do is I dig my hole, and the way I do that is I put my hand in here and I put it in from the tip of my middle finger to about the middle of my palm, and that's about how deep I want to get it. First thing I do is add another tablespoon of bone meal, another tablespoon of blood meal. Then I use some Epsom salt. This is the plant food type Epsom salt. It's nothing but magnesium sulfate, and this is going to help you to control your blossom end rot. So I put another tablespoon of that right in the hole. Another thing I put in is my garden lime, pulverized dolomitic limestone. You want that in there. That's going to help that blossom end rot. That's important on tomatoes. Okay, so now I put in the plant, I collapse the sides and I pack it down, and I add a little more soil on there just to make sure it's supported well. Well, I'm not going to make it any deeper. Okay. Notice I didn't change the level of how deep I have that. I just added the soil so I can pack it better. Okay. Now we've got it in there. Next thing I do is I'm going to add 3 bamboo stakes. And these are just 24-inch stakes made out of bamboo. You can get these at any garden nursery anywhere. If you're having trouble finding these, then we have them on our About page at the back of our channel. We have a Amazon storefront link, and you can get them there. They're 24 inches long. What I do is I trap that tomato plant in a triangular pattern. So I got the stem kind of captured inside of that. See? Now when that plant is in the wind, it's not moving, it helps give it some support until it gets on up and cascades out. I'll just leave that in there for the life of the plant. Okay? Let me get the rest of these planted and we'll get them over on the grow table. Okay, I got all the pots over here on the grow table, and if you'll remember, we already watered these and pre-soaked them when they were about 2/3 full of container soil. So from the 2/3 level down, that's already pre-soaked. So now that the plants are installed, all I need to do is water in the top 1/3 of this pot, and that's gonna revive these plants, you know, from being transplanted. You always go through just a little bit of root shock, but if you just give them a little bit of love, they'll be just fine. You see how I'm going around that plant to water and let the water soak inward to it. I try not to hit the plant directly because it'll erode out some of that pretty soil I just put on there. So just try to go around the plant if you can. Got all our little grape tomatoes are in the pot. Everybody's watered in, everybody's happy. So stick with us in the days ahead. We'll watch the progression of these beautiful little tomato plants all the way up until we get to harvest some of them beautiful little grape tomatoes. So we'll be seeing you back here in probably about 3 or 4 weeks and take another look at them. See you then. Well, good morning. Today's April 21st, and our 5-star grape tomatoes are doing wonderful. Remember, we planted these on March the 10th, so these things are doing really pretty good. They're only about 5-6 weeks old, so they've got some good height, good structure. There's an overall healthy plant, good, and if you look real close, you can see some of the blooms are already starting to emerge on many of the plants. So it doesn't take very much longer after that before you get the tomatoes. So these plants are doing great. We got one table, got about 15 pots of these. So we'll be back in the days ahead, and we'll watch the development of these beautiful little grape tomatoes until we harvest some. So we'll see you then. Well, our 5-star grape tomatoes are finally starting to come in, and we can start harvesting these. And today's our first little harvest of these little pretty things. And if you'll take a look right up here at this little cluster here, you can see how they're just starting to turn red. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to harvest, a little small bowl of these and take them into Miss Nancy, and we'll sprinkle them on top of our salad tonight. I like having these on our salad because you don't even have to cut them up or nothing. Just stick them in there whole, real easy. So let me grab up a little bowl of these and get them on in the house. Okay, I got us a little bowl of grape tomatoes for tonight. You can see they're kind of a small little grape tomato. Just about the right size for your salad. So we got enough in here, to make a nice little salad. Plenty of tomatoes in each bowl for me and Nancy. So we're looking forward to having us a nice salad tonight. So I hope that you've enjoyed tagging along with us on this little journey with these 5-star grape tomatoes. So we want to thank the Lord for everything He gives us, especially these little tomatoes. So we hope that our videos brought a joy to your heart and a smile to your face. So until me and Nancy see you next time, always remember, by His hands we are fed. Give us, Lord, our daily bread. Amen.
Have a blessed day.